I love playing Guitar Hero, like a lot, and it's not a surprise to anybody who's been on my channel before. I played these games so much, I've been playing since the very beginning on PlayStation 2, when it first came out on Xbox 360, and at its peak. Like, look at this commercial with Rivers Cuomo, Travis Barker, Pete Wentz, and Taylor Swift advertising Band Hero. It's ridiculous. And yeah, I played Guitar Hero Live also, but it doesn't really compare to the magic that was 5-fret. I was a big completionist with these games, and still am to this day. So, in 2021, I set out to hit every single note in every song Guitar Hero had to offer, including downloadable content. That's a total of like almost 2,000 songs. So if you've been watching for a while, you know about my frustrations with these tracks. And just as a disclaimer, these songs are not ranked based on their difficulty on games like Clone Hero or Yarg or any other fan game using a different engine. These are just accounting for the games they were meant to be played on. So this is my top 5. This is my top 5 worst grinds and FCs that I had to go for during my full series FC plus DLC of the Guitar Hero series. And before we get fully into this video is sponsored by Rocket Money. As a dad and a homeowner, I'll take every bit of help that I can get managing my month-to-month expenses. You're not alone in wanting to find stability managing subscriptions and bills. But thanks to the sponsor of this video, Rocket Money, they are here to help make things more comfortable. Rocket Money is an easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. Within minutes of opening the app, I was presented advice on adjusting spending and an opportunity to reduce my necessary bills, like my internet. It'll even help you towards your goals of trying to save up for a house, a car, having an emergency fund, or just paying off debt. And using all of the app's premium features has helped its customers save up to $740 a year. And as well as a total of $500 million of canceled subscriptions. That's a lot of forgotten money saved. So try out Rocket Money today at rocketmoney.com/Acai or click the link down in the description. Now back to the video. Let's get a Haru in the chat, guys. Johnny, I Hardly Knew Ya comes in at number 5 of one of the hardest songs that I had to FC in this Guitar Hero full series plus DLC FC grind. And if you haven't seen it yet, I made an entire highlights video about this. 10 plus minutes on Johnny, I Hardly Knew Ya. This was a ridiculous grind because strumming is one of my biggest weaknesses when it comes to Guitar Hero. This is the hardest section in the song right here, Hard Rain. It starts with a big long stream of strumming with hammer-ons all in between. If you strum a hammer on Guitar Hero 3, it's a 50-50 chance that you're going to drop your combo because it's built in a Tony Hawk Pro Skater engine. I'm not even kidding. You can look this up. Now, I might be overrating the hell out of this FC, but I've been told by many proficient console players and legends that this is a very underrated strumming FC, or an underrated FC in general in the Guitar Hero series. And the grind got so bad that I even loaded the song into Clone Hero so I can get below 50%. You can't play lower than 50% speed in Guitar Hero 3 without, I don't know, slowing down the song beforehand and even going even slower. But I had to load up Clone Hero for this to see how many strums were in between all of the hammer-ons. This kind of worked in a way because then I had a lot of the training, you know, just to tell how many strums before the next hammer-on. But what didn't help was this big long line of blue strums going into this line of yellow strums. That singular hammer-on was going to cost me everything. And it really did. It was probably like 3 or 4 times missing there until I finally got it. Needless to say, I'm extremely proud of myself for succumbing to this challenge and FCing this garbage chart. The song is solid, at least. I don't hate Dropkick Murphys, but oh my god, I never want to hear the song again. That's, you know, number 5. It was a hard one, man. Johnny, I Hardly Knew Ya. Haru.
Fuck that song! Haru! Woo! Fuck that song! Yes! Fuck that song! Yes! Yes!
Your last true, Alec. You woo.
Yes!
Oh man, I hate this song. I hate this chart so much, man. This is Dueling Banjos from Guitar Hero World Tour. This was DLC back in 2009, and it's a reimagining of Dueling Banjos, made famous by the movie Deliverance. But Steve Wimett actually does this version of the song, much like Double One Down to Georgia in Guitar Hero 3 being completely reimagined from the Charlie Daniels Band version. Now, this chart is extremely rough. It solos all the way through, obviously, but it's also covered in slider notes, aka tap notes. The tap notes in Guitar Hero World Tour have overlapping timing windows, meaning it's possible to hit a note in front of another note, causing the note behind the one you hit to automatically miss, if that makes any sense at all. And it is at its worst on Guitar Hero World Tour. And, you know, it's lucky for me that the strumming engine in Guitar Hero World Tour is pretty forgiving. You can overstrum a lot in this game, but, you know, with the hours and the days, I believe I put in 3 days for this grind. All it took was for me to keep on playing into the outro, despite however many devastating misses I had, and turning down my hyperspeed down to 4. I don't know how it worked. I don't know how it happened. I'm never playing this song again. I hate Dueling Banjos off of World Tour DLC.
I hate you.
This chart is not fun. It is not fun to FC. It's hardly fun to play, but that might just be a result of me grinding this terrible, terrible chart. But nonetheless, that's why it's number 4. I had such a hard time with this song. Dueling Banjos, everybody. Yep. Texas Flood coming in at number 3. I've been extremely vocal about how much I loathe playing this song, and the problem is that it's so hard for me to just look at solo parts, and with Guitar Hero 1's engine, where there are no working hammer-ons, I mean, I guess there are working hammer-ons, you know, you look in the right places. Shout out to Marbler, but I am not one of those people. One of the most common and consistent ways of hitting hammer-ons in Guitar Hero 1 is by strumming them. And while that probably sounds pretty fun, this timing window is absolutely ridiculous too. With it being the first game in the series, they didn't exactly know how to make a really good feeling guitar engine, but they kind of just went based off of how does it feel to play music on a guitar, and then combining elements of that with, you know, your standard rhythm games. You got to remember that this is 2005. This is 20 years ago, and this is the first iteration of what we know now as 5-fret rhythm game. And so the timing window in this game shrinks when there's more notes on the screen. So it shrinks on the front part of where you hit the notes and in the back of where you hit the notes. So when things get extremely quick, like 90% of the stuff in Texas Flood, it's almost like you have to be like frame perfect with your inputs. And that's why Guitar Hero 1 is so frustrating. But thankfully, playing stuff like All Strums on Clone Hero, or playing Clone Hero Precision Mode, perhaps, and doing some strummy stuff, can better help you with playing, you know, Guitar Hero 1 or any of the early Guitar Hero games. But specifically, Guitar Hero 1 requires a lot of patience, lots of precision, and just overall a lot of game knowledge. And this game doesn't have practice mode either. You know what I had to do? I had to tab out and watch a YouTube video of somebody already FCing it, and I was just playing along to that as if that was my practice mode. That's what we had to do back in the day, or that's what you have to do now to FC any songs on Guitar Hero 1, given you're playing on real hardware. Now, if you're playing on emulator, then you could just use save states, but I wanted the true experience. It kind of humbles you at first if you think you're really, really good at 5-fret. And I think it's a rite of passage that you got to try Guitar Hero 1. And thankfully you can on PC now, thanks to the Resyncinator ISOs. Shout out JNAC. Thank you, man. But Texas Flood, it was a hard decision out of all the Guitar Hero 1 songs to choose the worst grind of them all. What came close was probably Fire It Up, but I think there's no song that I hate playing more than Texas Flood. And I think about it, I'm a minority. I know many, many friends, many great players that have played and FC Texas Flood, and they're like, I love this song. I love the fact that I have to look at patterns in this song, count them in my head, and figure out how many times I need to strum and, you know, do these really quick solo-y stuff. And I just kind of look at them and like, really? You actually like playing stuff like this? I enjoy playing stuff on Guitar Hero 1, like Bark at the Moon or Get Ready to Rock. Hell, I even liked playing D-Control. Same with like Cheat on the Church. I like it when the chart is more quantized, and we're just having straight 16, straight 30-second notes. I'm very well suited to the Guitar Hero 1 engine playing like that instead of anything that's presented to me in songs like Texas Flood. I know Spanish Castle Magic is like this. That's why that took me a long time to FC. Symphony of Destruction is like this too. Crossroads is like this, and I'm trying to think of one more. Probably would play this song again, but only if somebody asked me and we were playing multiplayer. We're doing like pro face-off, even though this game doesn't have pro face-off. I don't like this song. There's a reason why this is number 3. I'm so vocal about Texas Flood. I just hate this chart. And I've had like 2 chokes at the very end of Texas Flood before, and it just shook me to my core. I didn't even have a real reaction when I FC'd this song. It was just a swarm of relief, and I was just so happy. I was so happy. I want to make like a full Guitar Hero 1 highlights video because this one took me probably a month. It felt like it took me a month to FC every single song in Guitar Hero 1, and there's 49 songs in this game. 47 on disc, and then there's 2 extras. Texas Flood was just terrible. Texas Flood, I'm so proud of myself for getting this one. Yeah. You might be noticing a pattern with these songs, starting with the next one. Oh my god, what a piece of shit song. What an actual piece of shit. Oh my god. Oh. I took almost 2 hours, chat. That almost took 2 fucking hours. But we did it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was really good. That was actually really good. This song needs no introduction. This is I'm the One by Van Halen. No one ever told me until this game came out that in 1978, Eddie Van Halen strummed 20 notes per second on a guitar. This grind lasted me 4 days of only playing this song non-stop. And while that might be one thing on a game like Clone Hero or Yarg or something, when you're playing this on console where you have all your restraints with no choices but to only play with the rules that the game gave you, I think the amount of mental and physical strain that I'm the One put me in has changed my perspective on, grinding Guitar Hero songs on console forever. It's just broken my brain, it has melted, and it has beaten me down to my core. But I had to bust out an ancient method where I would grip the strum bar in between 2 of my knuckles, and that's how I would strum over 20 notes per second. I believe this is 20 to 21 notes per second. It speeds up in the middle of it. It starts at 20 and then it speeds up to 21 towards the end. It's disgusting. This one took a lot of patience, and I nearly gave up towards the end of it. I hurt my hand extremely bad. I hurt my arm really bad, but it didn't matter because I still ended up FCing at the end of the day. I didn't rake strum this. You can't really rake strum on here. I've only ever seen it be successfully done maybe once or twice. Boaster, Cyan, and Ace Zero, those are the only guys that I've seen that have successfully rake strummed I'm the One solo 2A. And also, after the strumming, it's not entirely free. You have a big rock ending outro that has really fast zigzags and also tap note trills that ends on a 4-note chord. It's great. It's awesome, man. And thank God I did not have any chokes in the outro, or else I probably would have crashed out into oblivion. But it just threw me into a volcano. It threw me into hell, and I had to fight my way out tooth and nail. There's a reason why this is number 2, but I'm going to give number 1 its proper spot. Yep, I think Devil Went Down to Georgia is the #1 hardest song that I had to FC in my DLC plus full series FC of the Guitar Hero series. This was extremely hard, and you know, this is one of those songs where it's like outside of the intro where you have the fast strumming and verse 2 where you have the fast strumming, it's a relatively fun chart. This one was extremely annoying for a very, very, very long time. And unfortunately, at this time in my life, this was 2015 or early 2016, something like that. I played this on PC because my Xbox was broken, or I couldn't read like my copies of Guitar Hero 3, so I couldn't play Devil Went Down to Georgia on console. So the next best thing was playing on PC, locking the game to 60 frames per second, which is what I did. I even put up a tutorial on how to lock the game properly at 60 frames per second using 3D Analyze, and I think I ended up using like Bandicam or something, or maybe it was DX Story or Riva Tuner way back in the day, so that I can achieve a console experience, but playing on PC, because like I know how these games feel and it doesn't feel right at 60 frames per second on PC. It's so weird. But with the settings that I had, it felt exactly like console, and I talked to a bunch of players and kind of agreed that playing like this pretty much is like playing on 360 or PS3 or even Wii or PS2. This was like one of my most coveted FC. I damn near teared up after this FC. This one was ridiculous. And I wasn't streaming this one. I was actually on FaceTime with my then long distance girlfriend, now wife, mother of my child. It's crazy to think about that. But yeah, I was here living at my parents' house. My PC was pretty terrible, so playing this at 60 FPS was kind of a blessing in a way. But Devil Went Down to Georgia should never ever be underrated at all, especially if you FC it on Guitar Hero 3. Now, FC it on Clone Hero, that's a different story. I mean, there's a lot more modern methods that could help you FC that song, and it's actually a really fun FC to go for, you know, with the optimized settings for CH. You know, you're playing at like 500, 1,000 FPS or whatever. You rake strum. You got the nice low latency, high polling rate guitars. It's really fun. But on Guitar Hero 3 console, it's tough, man. This one is really tough, and to me personally, it is the hardest FC in the series. I'll probably never do it again. Well, actually, that's a lie. I might re-FC on console one day, when the time is right, though.
Oh my god. 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 It's done. Jesus.
Let me know if you like the format of these videos. I like to explain, you know, my headspace and the methods that go into these, but I only have so much time to do so, and I have a lot of stuff that I do want to talk about in the future, but let me know if you like it or if you don't, down in the comments. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video.